Bangladesh is a land of dreams, of teeming life and spectacle. This is the Bay of Bengal, the place where the ships of the world come to die.
I believe this is the most dangerous job in the world. It's a death trap.
Hundreds and hundreds of mighty cargo ships and tankers discarded. 40,000 workers doing filthy, backbreaking work, risking their lives for little more than $3 a day.
Life here is about survival. It's about getting food on the plate, getting kids to school, just so that they might have a better life than your own.
Bangladesh is the most densely populated country on earth and one of the poorest. Tanveer Ahmed is now a Sydney doctor, but this is where he spent the first 6 years of his life.
She's telling me that we used to rent 2 of the little rooms down the bottom here. Unbelievable. It probably hasn't changed that much. It's the same owners, and that owner used to run a shipyard. In my childhood home, there was a real romance about this job. Our landlord was a shipbreaker. Most kids wanted to be policemen or firefighters. I wanted to be a shipbreaker. I wanted my father, who used to come home with a little briefcase, I wanted him to be a shipbreaker. Whoa!
Tanveer's come back with us to Bangladesh, and he's about to confront the reality of his childhood dream. But it hasn't been easy. The shipyards are notoriously secretive, so it's taken 6 months of negotiations to get this far.
This is a really sensitive issue for Bangladesh and the industry. They've been shut down before because of negative media attention, and they're terrified it's going to happen again. Finally, one of the biggest yards is letting us in. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. So it's awe-inspiring on one level. It does feel like we've just been transported to a totally different planet.
But down in the mud, it's a very different story. On any given day, there are tens of thousands of these blokes ripping apart these gigantic ships with their bare hands. It's all a matter of survival. The workers need their jobs, and Bangladesh needs the steel, because it has no iron ore of its own.
You know, they just simply could not build their infrastructure. They couldn't build their high-rises without these ships being recycled. This country would be crippled if it wasn't for the shipbreakers.
Charlie Kernigan has been campaigning on behalf of the shipyard workers for the last 5 years.
This is not a place of work. It's a place of suffering and death. It's hell on earth. There's no other way to describe it. It's really hell on earth. This is what shipbreaking in Bangladesh is. You can actually see these ships from space, if you Google it, that are run up on the beaches of Bangladesh. These children and young workers go in with absolutely no safety gear, and they dismantle the ship completely. The ship is just cut to pieces with these blowtorches. It just disappears. The cutters are on the ship, inside the ship, and they're cutting these gigantic metal plates off the sides of the ship. They fall into the sea, or they fall into the sand. There's groups of workers called loaders, and the loaders do nothing all day but pick up those big sheets, hoist them up, and put them on their shoulder. The things weigh like tons, and it's so heavy that they have a chanter who holds on to the back of the metal and chants, and you have to step in unison. If you step out of chant, the thing's going to crush you. They resemble slaves, and they're walking around either barefoot in flip-flops over broken metal and glass. Thousands of workers have been injured, killed, maimed, burned to death. The very highest wage is going to be 47 cents an hour. 47 cents to dismantle the largest tankers in the world. These are starvation, miserable wages.
Japanese oil tanker has been at sea for 17 years and it's 32 meters high. The only way up is by this flimsy rope ladder, and it's just best not to look down. Pretty eerie feeling. The ship has just been left abandoned. It's hard to believe, but in 4 weeks' time, this tanker will be history. By the time the workers are finished, not a scrap will be left. How do you feel when a new ship arrives in the yard?
তখন একটু আনন্দ হয় যে নতুন শিপ আইতেছে, এখন আমাদের কাম ভালোই চলবে।
This is the first world, the developed world, taking advantage of these workers in Bangladesh.